the laboratory in your special teams room about this new kickoff rule.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by it. And my colleague Mike Florio from Pro Football Talk the other day saying people aren't talking about it enough. What is your sense of how this is going to look, play out, be meaningful? What are your thoughts, Kev?
Well, I think it's definitely going to accomplish the goal of getting the kick return back in the game, which is what the ultimate intent was, which I do agree with, and to do it in a way where we can maybe limit some potential, pitfalls injury-wise that existed previously in the kickoff return phase. But I can tell you, Rich, throughout the spring when we line that thing up, and you see, all those players standing there 5 yards apart, and it definitely is going to be different. It's going to be different to the fans' eye from the first time they see it to kick off the 2024 season. And then I think throughout the year, just watching the different schematics teams deploy, different personnel, we're all kind of learning a little bit, trying to figure out schematically how you want to handle it in each individual team, most likely. And I think it is going to be different based upon the returner skill set, based upon the type of kicker you're playing, what type of kick variations can you have when you're, sending your coverage unit down there to try to put stress, on that return unit, landing that ball in the landing zone in different spots and different trajectories and all those things. And I think you are still going to see some teams that will choose just to, take the 30-yard line and try to boom it through just out of the sheer fact of the unknown, especially early on. But I think over the course of the season, we're going to see some high impact plays on, that really contribute to teams winning and losing based upon, the fact that it's going to be a significant play back in the game. And nonetheless, even if it's just a field position play, a quality return out of that thing, giving you a shorter field, changes the whole kind of narrative of not only that drive, but then the field position that works off of it throughout the rest of that particular aspect of the game. So I think it's going to be exciting. I think there's a lot of unknowns even for us right now as we kind of navigate it. And I think that's okay. That's our jobs as coaches to try to assess how we can most effectively use our personnel, put together schemes that will hopefully give us a chance to generate some explosive returns and see if we can make it a real positive play, both with how we return it, but then also making sure we limit the explosive returns against us and allow our defense to play with a lot of grass behind them.
Do you consider having somebody who's a good tackler learn how to kick off? Like, seriously, do you go to your defender saying who can kick? Do you do that?
I think I know there's some teams out there that might have the personnel on their team already to maybe give that a try, but there's definitely knowing that ball might get to that kicker maybe a few more times this season. It's definitely worth the conversation. I don't particularly know if we've had the open tryout yet, but
Nice.
I think it's definitely going to be worthy of a conversation as you go, because every advantage in something new like this will matter, and it could be one play here or there that determines your whole season. We've seen it, even in 2 years as the head coach here, going into my third year, I've already seen it take place in different phases, of a game, but you just never know when that one or two plays will have a huge impact on what you ultimately end up being as a team for that season.
Yeah, I imagine one of your returners has got to be one of your fastest guys too, right? I would imagine one that can find that hole and just hit it and crease it, and then you're out the gate.
Yeah,
you against
everything's
the
going to happen fast. I think it's going to be a combination of speed to hit, whatever crease gets formed in the return. But I think just the differences in the blocking schemes, I think it could resemble different aspects of offensive run plays with different types of schemes, pulling people, gap schemes, trying to basically, develop angles and leverages however you can based upon everybody having the same starting point in the confines of the rules. I think you're going to see different people put some different skill sets out there, maybe bigger bodies, maybe, more blocking types that don't have to worry anymore about the distance of covering or the distance of that return unit having to cover so much ground anymore. So I think you can play around with different body types and really try to figure out what works for your individual roster to maximize the play. And like I said, I think it's going to be exciting. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how our guys kind of handle that phase. And as always, there's no greater time for an offensive or defensive minded head coach in the kicking game. It's so important than people realize. Just not just the kickoff return, but the punt and punt return phase, those hidden yardages in a game, hidden points in games that you don't always remember the day after, but you look back on and know the critical factors that played into the game. This is definitely going to be one of them. It's new, it's different, it's exciting. I think it's going to be great for our game.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.